What's up, nerd family? Welcome once again to the Poindexter Lounge. My name is Enosh, aka Enosh Vet, and I'm gonna get this going here because it's sideways and I need to be able to see. Oh wait, it's gonna do this to me, huh? Okay, I see how it is. It's gonna lock it. All right, well, I guess we'll just do this. I'm gonna have to figure this out because I don't like live streaming this way. But you know what? We'll go with it. We'll figure it out. I can't, unfortunately, when I do this, I can't prop it up in the car here. So I guess I'll just do this one without driving. So here's the thing. Welcome to the Poindexter Lounge. If this is your first time to the lounge, this is a place for nerds. This is a place where we talk about the stuff that we love, and we love what? I love Star Wars. That's right, I love Star Wars, and I'm on this kick this week. And you know what? I'm not backing down. We're going straight on to the Rise of Skywalker, because here's the thing: there's a lot of us fans who we're done with negativity. We are done with dealing with stuff. What's up, Darth Tasty? That's right, I love Star Wars. Hashtag I love Star Wars. Spread this everywhere you go. Put it on your social media. Put it everywhere. Tag me when you do it, because I want to know that you're doing it, and I want to be able to support you as you support this cause that we are taking Star Wars back. We've listened for 2 years as people have been negative about Star Wars, put Star Wars down, called for Star Wars to go away, for Disney to go away with their Star Wars, whatever. And here's the thing: we're over it. We're just done. Change from Big Tasty in support of Star Wars. Awesome, dude. You're awesome. You are awesome, Darth Tasty. I love it. I love it. It's great because here's the thing. We're not out to hurt anybody. We're not out to put anybody down. If you don't like the current state of Star Wars, that's fine. You can still be part of this movement, because this is not about changing people's minds about what they should like or what they shouldn't like. I'm dealing with a little bit of allergy stuff this morning. It's not about changing what people should like or not like or any of that stuff, or telling you what you should think. This is all about us coming together as fans and saying, okay, we voiced concerns, we voiced the problems. We don't have to keep making videos about it. We don't have to keep hearing videos about it. We don't have to keep hearing about how you hate Star Wars, about how everything that Star Wars is sucks, and about how Star Wars should just go away, and Galaxy's Edge sucks, and everything about Galaxy's Edge sucks, and everything about Disney sucks, and everything about Star Wars sucks, and everything that comes out, you got to find a negative about it. We're done. We're done. We're resolved. People have spoken their mind. We understand that there's a good part of the population of Star Wars fans that they don't appreciate what Disney's doing, and that's fine. That is absolutely fine. I am fine with that. But this is what I'm saying. It's not healthy for us to continue on in this negativity. It's not healthy for us as a fandom to continue at each other's throats over these silly things because I like something that you don't like, you know. I don't know that world-class BS would know how to be that silly, right? You know, here's the thing. I'm willing to talk to anybody, and that's a great lead in to what this video is about, because I'm willing to talk to anybody about this, because I am passionate about Star Wars. I have lived Star Wars my entire life, and I will gladly go up against anybody. And in respect, I'm not out to you know, drop a mic on anybody or you know, be all sarcastic on somebody or whatever. I want to have a conversation. I want to have conversations, because I think conversations about what we want from Star Wars going forward, how we feel about Star Wars, is how this community is going to heal. And I say that because that's what this video is about. There we go. Sorry about that. Apparently, just saying hashtag I love Star Wars freaks people out. It scares people. It makes people feel like somehow they're losing control. And we're just getting started. We're just getting started on this, and all of a sudden I'm getting messages from people, and I'm getting a post from people trying to I won't say attack, but they're being negative towards me. They're being negative towards us, just saying we love Star Wars. Really? Really? I can't just come out and say I love Star Wars now without somebody trying to tell me how I'm wrong, how I'm stupid, how I don't know what I'm talking about, telling me to, I'll just be honest with you. Somebody told me the other day, just because I said I like Star Wars, to eat something, to eat a body part, simply because I said I love Star Wars. Really? And that shows me right there that the mentality of people who are, and I'm not saying it's everybody. I'm not saying it's everybody, because I have friends who don't like The Last Jedi and who have problems with Star Wars, who I'm able to have conversations with. So it's not everybody, but these are the people that I'm talking about. Okay, it's not just people who don't like Star Wars. So if you're here and you're like, well, I didn't like Star Wars, I didn't like the last couple Star Wars. Okay, that's fine. But don't sit here and tell me to eat a body part and be rude to me and tell me how stupid I am and call me names and send me messages with your negativity. Because I love Star Wars. And I'm not going to stop loving Star Wars just because you got a problem with it right now. There's been plenty of things that I've had a problem with about Star Wars, but you don't see me calling for boycotts, and you don't see me trying to tell everybody what they should think and what they should do. We love Star Wars. That's why we're hashtag I love Star Wars. And we're moving forward with this. Now, so somebody sends me a message the other day, and they said, oh, because the J word came up here, Jeremy from Geeks and Gamers, right? And I'm going to get to you guys' comments because now I'm not driving. So I'm going to get to you guys' comments in a second. But so somebody sends me a message, says, ooh, yeah, Jeremy, you should have Jeremy on because, first of all, they said, you'll learn something instead of you'll learn something. And I'm not usually a grammar Nazi and whatever, and I understand that there's typos and stuff, but if you're going to try to make a point and you're going to try to yell at me, don't do that, because it makes you look silly. But they say, you're learn something. You are learn something. YOU_RE, learn something, if I had Jeremy on. Here's the thing. Jeremy doesn't know who I am. We're a small channel. We're only about 8,000, hopefully coming up to 8,000 here. We're on our way to 8,000 subscribers. And the thing is, I'm not on Jeremy's radar, but if Jeremy ever wanted to have a conversation with me about Star Wars, I would gladly do that because, like I've said, I feel that there's other things that I have in common with Jeremy. I don't hate Jeremy. I don't think Jeremy's the devil. I just don't like his approach. I don't like the way that this negativity has consumed the Star Wars community. For being a community that is supposed to be about the light side and about embracing the light side and embracing the light and getting rid of the hate, I find it amazing that the first thing everybody turns to is this hatred of Star Wars and this vitriol against Star Wars fans. Not even just Star Wars, but against the fans. Fans against fans. Somebody posted the other day for another video that we did and said, it used to be that there was Star Trek fans versus Star Wars fans. Now it's Star Wars fans against Star Wars fans, and they even made the joke about like an East Coast, West Coast thing that like, what's going to happen next? I mean, we got people saying horrible things about the people who make these movies, just degrading them, mocking them. And that's my problem, really. Why has everything got to be in some mocking tone that we got to call J.J. Abrams names and put pictures of J.J. Abrams that I'm sorry, are just, Photoshop, whatever. But really? Like, and we have to call people names. We have to say negative things about people instead of just voicing your opinion about a movie or about something that you didn't care for. You don't have to be insulting, but we all feel like, and I'm guilty of it too. Sometimes, somebody will say something to me and I feel like I got to retort, and I got to come back at them real hard and just say, put them in their place. We don't have to do that. You know how many times this week that I have that I have backed off stuff that I've said because I've realized halfway through as I'm typing it out, and boy, I got something good, man. Got a zinger, and I'm just gonna put somebody in their place because of Star Wars. And I realize I'm doing exactly what I don't want them to do. Hashtag I love Star Wars. Hashtag I love Star Wars. I'm going to continue loving Star Wars, and you can't stop me. And so this person says that to me, that basically, ooh, if you ever had Jeremy from Geeks and Gamers on, he would teach you a thing or two. He'd put you in your place. And like I said, I welcome it. I know what I believe. I know what I know about Star Wars. I don't need somebody else to teach me about Star Wars. I'm always willing to learn something new about Star Wars. And every once in a while, you hear something new that you didn't know, and it's like, whoa, where did that come from? I've been a Star Wars fan for over 40 years, and now all of a sudden I know something different. That's not a bad thing. But if you think that somehow teaching me means that you're going to put me in my place because I'm wrong about Star Wars, about my love for Star Wars, well, you came to the wrong place. Because guess what? It's not going to stop. It's not going to stop. My love for Star Wars is not going to go away. You're not going to convince me to hate Star Wars or hate on Star Wars or boycott Star Wars, because hashtag I love Star Wars, period. So then this person just did not let up. They ended up sending me another message. So we got these videos and stuff, and we had a video, had 5 likes, and we're talking about, hey, we want people to share this hashtag. We want people to share this. We want people to share the hashtag I love Star Wars chant, the mantra. We love Star Wars. We're going to make a difference. And we're small. We just started out this week even making these things. Hold on a second. Wipe my nose there. We just started off doing this, okay? And I got people tagging me and stuff offline or off YouTube, you know, on social media and different things, and they're sharing it and they're tagging me, and I'm loving seeing this because there's positivity going, and they're sharing it with their friends. And I encourage you, share it with your friends. If you love Star Wars, share this movement. Let's make this something, right? Let's get people's attention. You know, tag Lucasfilm, tag Disney, tag Star Wars, tag whatever you need to tag, and let them know that we support Star Wars. We don't support everything that Disney does. We don't support everything that Lucasfilm does. We don't support everything that comes out. But we support Star Wars because we love it, and we realize that, you know what? If we don't like something, there's going to be something else come out that we'll like. That's right. For everybody that I've seen, you know, who hates The Last Jedi, all of a sudden Mandalorian trailers start coming out and they go, whoa, wait a second, where'd that come from? We might like that. You know, and that's my point, is you got to wait a minute. So this person comes at me and says, oh yeah, you're really changing things with 5 likes on your video. Who cares? Judge my video by the size of the likes, do you? Like, you missed the whole point of what Star Wars is. When you're arguing over, oh, you don't have any likes, and you're trying to make these points about this and trying to put me down because I'm trying to do something positive in the Star Wars community, it's you. I don't know what that was. But I said, I literally feel sorry for you. That is the way you feel about things. That is the way that you look at your fandom. That you need to put others down. That you need to hurt other people and attack and react to other people that way. Because that is not what Star Wars is about, folks. Star Wars is about the good. It's about overcoming evil. You know, it's about defeating the dark side. Storylines, whatever. Storylines are going to come and go, right? There's going to be lots of stories. If you think that you're going to like every story that comes out about Star Wars going forward, you're going to miss the point. But the thing is over the next few years and over probably the rest of my life, there's going to be lots of Star Wars stories. And there's a running theme, and that is what? Good over evil. Good triumphing over evil. And that's why I love Star Wars. Hashtag I love Star Wars. Hashtag I love Star Wars. Do you love Star Wars? Do you love Star Wars like me? Even if you don't like the movie, do you love Star Wars? And so to that person that's obviously watching these videos, all I can say is, you reached me too late. You reached me about 40 years too late, because there was a little movie that came out when I was 1 year old that I remember seeing in the theater that changed my life, and that was Star Wars. And it continues on in a story that is phenomenal, that reaches millions of people all over the world and touches people all over the world, and has given people hope, and has given people something as a pastime, and something that they collect, and something that they're passionate about. Star Wars. All right, let's get some of you guys' comments here. I wanna touch base with some of you here. Darth Tasty, of course, said hashtag I love Star Wars. I love you, Darth Tasty. Yeah, you and Jeff from World Class BS should have a debate. I welcome anybody's debate. If you want to tag anybody and tell them, hey, look at this guy, I'd be happy with that. We could set that up. Renetta Wilson, I love Star Wars. Heck yeah, we do. Even Eva says, even if there is something within Star Wars that somebody doesn't like, you're never called anybody out and said, well, you're wrong. Thank you. I appreciate that. I appreciate you understanding that, because you know what? Everybody's got a right to their opinion. Everybody has a right to feel the way that they need to about it. But we just don't have to spread negativity about it. We don't have to be just toxic about it. Let's talk about it. And then Ronetta said, those people have no lives. You do. You do you. Thank you so much. Gunter says, hi again. Hashtag I love Star Wars. Yes. Renetta says, I thought the last episode of Game of Thrones Season 8 was not the best, but I still love Game of Thrones. There you go. Exactly, right? You don't throw out the whole thing, like the whole kit and caboodle, the baby with the bathwater, and just say, well, I'm just done with it. I can't do this anymore. I'm just not going to support anything anymore because I didn't like this plot point, or I didn't like what they did with this character or whatever. Because it's like I told somebody the other day. You know, they were saying, well, how can you do this? They ruined Luke. They ruined this person. They were showing, you know, Force ghosts, you know, being able to interact with the real world and stuff, and they've never done that before. Who says they can't do stuff like that? So you can't introduce anything new? You can't maybe have a plot point where Yoda now has transcended all of that and now can interact with the physical world? The original script for Star Wars had Obi-Wan Kenobi being able to physically interact with the real world and actually come back to life. I mean, those are all old plot points. You know, the whole thing, oh, well, Luke can't transport, you know, project himself across the galaxy. That's stupid. That is actually a force power that has been verified within the Star Wars community. So it's like all these like arguments. It's like, okay, that's fine. If you don't like it, you don't have to like it. I'm not saying you have to like it, but it's been there and it's been a part of Star Wars, you know? And the thing is, if you read comics, like you, I think somebody says, if you read comics, if you watch, you know, some of the stuff that's come out over the years, the books and the lore that has been there, there's lots of stuff that you guys are apparently missing if you don't understand those things. And I do, because I've read those things. So, like, why am I going to be all ticked off about something that I finally get to see on screen? You know? That doesn't make any sense. It's good stuff. And here's the thing. Even if you don't like it, I'm tired of, like, part of the population of the Star Wars community trying to speak for everybody. Like, everybody feels a certain way. Just because you don't like it doesn't mean that everybody else doesn't like it either. You know? There may be things that I like that I have to accept. I'm a DC fan, okay? And the thing is, you know what? There's a lot of people, there's a lot of hate for the DC universe. And some of it is stuff that I actually like, right? But I have to understand that there's people who, there's things about it that they don't like. So I have to respect their opinions too, because we all have opinions. And it is what it is. Let's see here. We had the Game of Thrones thing. Let's see. Stupid Muffin 64 says the fandom needs people like you. Thank you. You're one of the fans that'll keep the fandom from imploding on itself. Keep it up and may the force be with you. Hashtag I love Star Wars. Thank you, Stupid Muffin 64. I feel bad calling you that, but hey, you call yourself that. So, Stupid Muffin 64, absolutely. Thank you. We're going to keep this thing going. Hashtag I love Star Wars. Eva says same at Renetta. Talking to Renetta, says I've got the limited edition Blu-ray collection coming. There you go. I agree with you. I love Star Wars too, says Cristiano. Darth Tasty says you'll love the Blu-ray. There's so much extra footage. I think we got into talking about Game of Thrones, but that's okay because it's stuff that we love. We're passionate about it. That's what the Poindexter Lounge is all about. Xerxes 666 says back in the day we met the filmmakers. I think you're saying we let the filmmakers make films. These millennial fanboys are scary. We have gotten to a point where we think that we just have a right to control everything that comes out. That somehow we control it. That because we buy stuff and we watch the movies, that we can tell them what movies to make and how to make the movies. And that's not how movies work. And I don't want movies to work that way. I really don't. Because guys, if everything went my way, you guys probably wouldn't like those movies because it would get boring. You know, if none of our heroes, I mean, you ever watch a movie and you see your heroes just going through like the biggest struggle, and you think to yourself, man, like I wish they weren't going through this. But then when they overcome that struggle at the end and you see how that story plays out, you go, you know, I'm glad that they went through that now. I wouldn't have written that. You know, I would have written it, man, they just walked in, just did everything, you know, like you think about like episode 4, right? Like you connect with Obi-Wan, and Obi-Wan is this mentor to Luke. And it's like, if by this reasoning, we wouldn't have killed off Obi-Wan in the first movie, that would have been, well, how are you going to introduce his somebody to train him and to get him into there? And all of a sudden, then you just kill him off. You already killed his aunt and uncle. Why would you kill off his mentor? That's stupid. Just to have him talk to him through like a ghost? Boy, that's dumb. You know, oh, now he's a spirit? Whatever. You see what I'm saying? You can take anything and make it out to be a negative if you really want. How about we find some positive things? How about we try to look at things in the positive and stop trying to look at everything in the negative? And then Xerxes did verify that he was saying we let the filmmakers make films. Renetta says, okay, that's cool. I will have to get it. Again, about the Game of Thrones. Says, Xerxes says, I enjoyed all the new movies. That's awesome. Xerxes says, amen. The rainbow. Xerxes 66, Renetta says, so true. The fanboys of today are very scary. Eva says, Renetta Wilson, if you're talking about Game of Thrones, it comes out early December. I have mixed feelings about Weiss and Benioff. I know. It's interesting, but, you know, now they're gone from Star Wars as well. Lost Knowledge says, I love Star Wars too. Star Wars will outlive KK's and Disney's version of it. It will. You know, and that's the thing is, if you don't like Kathleen Kennedy, and you don't like, I mean, Disney's not going to sell it, you know, for sure. But there will be different leadership. There will definitely be different leadership. And I think the catalyst will be now once the Rise of Skywalker is done. I think once Rise of Skywalker is done, the Kathleen Kennedy will probably move to the side, and things will change. You know. But sometimes you just gotta wait things out. You know, sometimes you just gotta see for what it is, talk about what it is that you don't like, and let things take their natural course instead of trying to threaten everybody and be like that. You know, that's not gonna solve things. Lost Knowledge says, long live Star Wars. Amen, brother. I don't know, you may be a sister, I don't know. Long live Star Wars. I can't tell from Lost Knowledge, but long live Star Wars, absolutely. Eva says, you should see my Star Wars home video collection, VHS, DVD, Blu-ray. It's insane, right? I've got so many copies of these movies, it's just crazy as well. But that's because we love it. Hashtag, I love Star Wars. And I'll buy it over and over and over again if I have to. I apologize, guys. I'm dealing with some, woke up today with some major allergies. I just took some allergy medication, so it's kicking in. Darth Tasty says, if you go to the comics, they had Palpatine come back as a clone. Now, all of a sudden, all these people are pissed that he's coming back. I know, right? Like, what's that all about? Like, learn your Star Wars history. First, they were mad because they got rid of the Legends stuff, right? Of the EU stuff. Everybody's mad about, oh, you're getting rid of everything. And you know what? Part of me felt that as well. I was ticked off, and I expressed that. because Mara Jade is one of my favorite characters of all time. I love Mara Jade. But you got to realize what they had to do. They had to be able to tell their own story. They couldn't just pick up there because they couldn't make movies of all that stuff. And honestly, the books towards the end with some of the characters and some of the battles they were fighting were just too much. So it's okay, you know. They're doing new things, and I get that. But you're right. They brought Palpatine back, and Dark Empire and Dark Empire 2 are two amazingly awesome stories. And if you want, there's actually a cartoon. Look it up here on YouTube, Dark Empire. A guy is making a cartoon. He already made part one, and it's cool. It's old school animation, and it looks great. Look it up. Luke Skywalker. So that was in Thrawn, or the Thrawn trilogy, and I thought that was cool that they cloned Luke from his hand. I mean, that was a great twist at the end where she had to fight him. There was actually a book that Luke Skywalker was actually the same as he was in The Last Jedi. He shut himself off from the Force. Exactly. That's the thing. These aren't new stories. You know, not some of them. I mean, these are Force abilities and things that are in the books that have been canon that now aren't canon, and they're bringing some of that stuff back. The Palpatine coming back as a clone was not even popular back then, though. Now, I don't know about that, Ruz. I would disagree with that. I would heavily disagree with that, Ruz. And you know I love you, bro, but I would disagree with that because all of my friends collected Dark Empire, both 1 and 2. I've got copies of Dark Empire. Everybody talked about Dark Empire. There was a radio drama of Dark Empire that you can still find here on YouTube, and people loved Dark Empire. They loved that story. Luke went to the dark side in that to learn more about the dark side. So I don't know if you just don't remember that, or maybe it was your area wherever you are. But dude, people loved Dark Empire. People couldn't get enough of Dark Empire. Like, you could hardly get the books in the comic book store because people loved Dark Empire so much. What's up, Rented Legend? I see you chiming in there. Moving on here, Eva says DC do animated great, as well as the TV shows better than Marvel. Yeah, their television shows are great, and they continue to get just better and better. We got new stuff coming. We got a Green Lantern show coming on HBO. We got a lot of stuff coming. Let's see. Russ says the DC seems to do better than Marvel in terms of TV shows. Yep, but I'll tell you what, though. Now we say that. Movies are starting to come up, though. Look at Joker. You know, even though I wasn't clamoring for that Joker movie, number one, it surpassed now, and I know that Deadpool wasn't, Marvel Cinematic Universe, but Joker now is the top-rated, R-rated movie, top grossing of all time, and is trying to close in on $1 billion itself. And Aquaman was $1 billion, and Shazam was an awesome movie and did really well given the fact that it was only made for like $50 million. I mean, that's crazy. Let's see. Every studio needs a Kevin Feige. Yep, they need to clone Kevin Feige. Cut off his hand maybe and clone him. Get some cloning cylinders. Wicked Steve says, hello there, bro. West Side Connection here. That's my LA connection right there. That's my brother, Wicked Steve. What's up, Chicken Nugget Brendan? What's up? Darth Stacy says, I actually posted the Dark Empire Poindexter Lounge, Poindexter Leon fan page. Dark Empire Poindexter Leon fan page. Not sure what that is. Darth Tasty. Oh. Should I say I posted Dark Empire on the Poindexter Lounge fan page? Oh, okay. I get you. Yeah, man. Dark Empire is awesome. I love Dark Empire. And like I said, I just started watching this cartoon, man, that this guy's making, and it looks phenomenal. The guy's doing a great job. Eva says, Shadows of the Empire was the first Star Wars novel I ever read at 13. I was 10 at the time of the book's release. Yeah, and Shadows of the Empire was a huge event. It felt like a movie. I mean, they had a soundtrack, and it was a book, and they had toys, and they had merchandise. And I mean, a lot of people got in during Shadows of the Empire, and that was a big thing for sure. Let's see, Darth. Let's see, Renna says this is bad. LOL. I don't know. I don't know what that means. Jordan Farrell says, "What's up, Jordan? Joker is a movie that I could call a masterpiece and a true work of art." Right? I walked out going, you know what? People can say whatever they want to about this Joker movie. It doesn't even necessarily have to be a Joker movie. It's just a good movie. It's just a great movie in general. I mean, it's a messed up movie, and then you add the fact that it's the Joker. It just makes it that much better, really. If you really want to break it down, it just makes it that much better. And I love it. Thoughts and opinion about Arrow spinoff with Canary's random question. I know. I don't know about that. That remains to be seen. You know, I don't. I'm not sure that they can carry a whole show by themselves. But you know, it's DC, so I want it to do well. I definitely want it to do well, but I don't know. I don't know if some of those characters, side characters, can just carry a whole show by themselves. But we'll see. You know, we got the new Superman show coming out, so I'm hoping that that's good. You know, yeah, Eva. I'm gonna wait for the backdoor pilot and see how they present it and how it goes. What did you think of my Scooby Doo fan film? If you've seen it yet, LOL. Dude, we've totally got to get to reviewing that, and I know, and I am so sorry about that. Jordan, yeah, man, there's a Superman show. They just verified this week. They're taking Tyler Hoechlin and Elizabeth Tulloch from their guest appearances on Supergirl, and they are getting a full-blown Superman series, TV show. They verified that this week. So next season we'll have that to look for. It'll be interesting how they fold that into this whole fray after Crisis. But that should be interesting. But guys, hey, like I said, hashtag I love Star Wars. If you love Star Wars, let's keep this going. Let's be the force for change. Okay? Let's be that. I know we're a small channel. I know we're a small group, but we are here at this time in history. We are here at this place to make a positive impact on people. And I don't care if I got 5 likes. Right now we got 12 likes on this video. I don't care. That's 12. That's 12 people that gave a thumbs up to this video that said, you know what? Yeah, I love Star Wars too. Every time somebody hashtags Star Wars and tags me in it, whether it be on Instagram or Facebook or Twitter or whatever, and they say hashtag I love Star Wars and they tag me in it, I realize that's one more person that's saying I love Star Wars. I care about Star Wars. And I'm going to support Star Wars. I don't support everything that Disney does, and I don't support everything Kathleen Kennedy does, and I don't agree with everything, but I recognize that I love Star Wars. Man, I'm just passionate about this, guys. I'm really passionate about this, and I want to see Star Wars succeed. I want to see it do well, and we're going to. Oh, those were great books, Wicked Steve. Those were great. Those were great stories. So, I think that we can be that change. We can be that positive force, you know. And to tell me, oh, you only have 5 likes on that video. If you saw the thumbnail from this, we are the rebellion. We are the spark that will ignite the fire that will turn this thing around. Inspiring words from a little movie called The Last Jedi. That's right. We are the spark that will light the fire. And we are that rebellion. We're going to be that rebellion. We're going to be a positive rebellion that's going to bring some positive change to the Star Wars community, unite people, bring people together, because we don't all have to agree on everything. We're never going to agree on everything. We're never going to agree on all this Star Wars stuff. But we can agree on this. Hashtag I love Star Wars. If you love Star Wars, give me a hashtag I love Star Wars. Leave a comment right now. Say hashtag I love Star Wars. Let's come together. Let's end this video in a positive way with a bunch of hashtag I love Star Wars. I want to see that you guys are on this. I want to see, you know, I don't know, maybe some of you are just lurking here and you're like, curmudgeon-y, like, oh, Enosh is on this thing now. All of a sudden, I don't get by this. Blah, blah, blah. Enosh sucks. You know, we're doing this, and I'm just going to watch this, whatever. That's right, Darth Tasty. Thank you. I love Star Wars. Some of you maybe are just here to just see what I'm going to do next. You know what? Hey, Jordan, thank you. I love Star Wars. I love Star Wars too. You know, that's the thing. That's going to be our mantra. Hashtag I love Star Wars. You can't take Star Wars away from me. You can't diminish it for me. You can't put it down to me because I love it. If you came to me with my wife and you said, I don't like your wife did so-and-so to me back in the day, and she said something that I don't like, and she did something that I don't like. That's right, Lost Knowledge. Hashtag I love Star Wars. You know, if somebody came and said, Tiff-tastic sucks, you know, she said something about something that I don't like, or you know, she made a video and I don't agree with what Tiff-tastic thought about it. Tough. She's my wife, and guess what? I love her. So I'm going to stand up for her no matter what. I'm not going to jump on some bandwagon against my wife and be like, oh, yeah, you're right. Tip, you suck because you feel this way or you said this or whatever. That's not how it works. That's not how it works. You can love the dark side of Star Wars, Steve. Yeah, it's fine, man. That is fine. Right? It is fine. You can love all of Star Wars. It's okay. But that's the thing, like I wouldn't harp against my wife because I love my wife, and I know it's a different kind of love and it's a different kind of thing. Sometimes people might question that. But you know what the thing is? I love my wife. I love Star Wars. So when somebody starts harping on Star Wars, I say, you know what? I recognize that, right? What's up, Jeremy? What's going on? Hashtag I love Star Wars, right? But the thing is that, you know, even if somebody has a good point with my wife, you know, I'd talk to my wife. I'd talk to Tiffany and say, you know, hey, you know, this is what was said about you. You know, what do you think about that? And if it was something legitimate, I would go to Tiff and I would say, hey, you know what? This is something I don't agree with, and I think that you need to change this. I think that you need to do this. But I'm still going to love my wife. And that's the problem. I think we live in a culture where we're so quick to just, like, if things don't go our way, if somebody doesn't do the things that we want them to do, if somebody doesn't, we're just ready to dump them, right? We don't fight for anything anymore. Like in a positive way, we don't like stick it out anymore. It used to be we stuck things out, man. Like we said earlier, we let filmmakers make films. We stood up for our marriages. We stood up for our relationships. We stood up for our friendships, and we weren't so quick to just dismiss each other and to dispose of each other or dispose of the things that we love. And I feel the same way about this. Hey, we got 13 likes now. That's 13 people who say I love Star Wars and I'm going to do this. I'm going to hashtag I love Star Wars and I'm going to tag you in it, Enosh. I'm going to make you a part of it, Enosh. I want you to see that I stand with you on this hashtag I love Star Wars thing. Steve, you're right. We live in a touchy and fragile society, and it's sad. It's sad that we've gotten to that point where the least little thing just sets us off. That's 14. That's one more. You see there? See there? To that person who told me, oh, you only got 5. Well, guess what? Well, this video, we've almost tripled it. Can we get 15 before we go off the air to say we at least tripled the amount of likes? Yeah, it's only 15, but we are 15 strong. 15 strong saying hashtag I love Star Wars. You can't take it out of my cold, dead hands. You will take Star Wars. Out of my cold, dead hands, you will make Star Wars something that is bad or looked upon in a negative light, because this is something that is positive for people. You know, people are like, oh, kids don't like Star Wars anymore. Well, then do something about that. Maybe if you didn't paint Star Wars in such a negative light and you tried to show the positive of Star Wars, more little kids would get into Star Wars. Because you know what? I got 3 boys and they love Star Wars. I mean, they absolutely love Star Wars. Because we live in a positive house where Star Wars is looked upon in a positive way. We have serious conversations. Isaac and I have conversations all the time about Star Wars. Landon and I have conversations about Star Wars, right? And we talk about the things that we like. And Isaac is free to say, you know what? I didn't really care for this. I didn't really care for this or that that happened here in this movie or that movie or whatever. And that's fine. But at the end of the day, Isaac will tell you he loves Star Wars. You know that? He will still tell you. Wicked Steve. Oh, you're funny, buddy. You're funny. But yeah, he will still tell you he loves Star Wars at the end of the day. And that's the kind of attitude we need to have, is that we don't have to agree on all of it. We don't have to support all of it. But at the end of the day, we love Star Wars. Do you love Star Wars? There it is, number 15, baby. That's right. Oh, ring it up. That's right. We're going to do this, folks. We're going to do this. We are going to make this change happen. 15 people at a time, one person at a time. Like if you watched the videos from yesterday, driving down the street, car full of kids just pulls up next to me. I don't even know what they were trying. They were trying to get my attention, just like bobbing around, turning their music up. And I looked at them. I pulled out the phone and I said, "Hey, I'm live streaming. You guys like Star Wars?" And they were like, "Yeah." And I said, "Hey, we're doing this hashtag I love Star Wars thing. Find the channel. We're doing this." And they're like, "Heck yeah!" And they did it. And then the other day I was at Starbucks because I'm in Seattle, and there's a Starbucks literally everywhere. I mean, literally, it's right there. It's right there. I think there's one over there too. I don't know how you support that many Starbucks, but they do it. I mean, a lot of coffee being drunk here in Seattle. And the thing is I went through the drive-thru and I said, "Hey, do you like Star Wars?" And they said, "Yes, we love Star Wars." And everybody's like, the one kid's like, "I got my tickets already." You know, the other girl's like, "Do you think that Rey is a Kenobi?" You know, like all this stuff. That's what I'm talking about. That is what I'm talking about, folks. Hashtag I love Star Wars. Good stuff. Good stuff. Constructive criticism and talking like adults is key. Well said, Ava. Darth Tasty beat me to it. Well said. Well said. We're going to be that positive change. We're going to be a positive force, pun intended, of change for the Star Wars community. Let's do it, folks. All right, guys. Thank you for your support. Thank you for your encouragement. Thank you for your hashtag. Thank you for making this a thing. We're going to do this. We're going to get somebody's attention. Tag people. Tag people in this. Tag your friends. Tag if you're on social media, if you're on Twitter or Instagram or whatever. Tag, Star Wars. Tag Star Wars people. Let them know that we are doing this. All right? You know what, Russ? I wouldn't be opposed to do that. Go frame by frame and talk out each issue in each one of the movies. That'd be a long video for sure. But yeah, man, because there's something in each movie. There's stuff in each movie that is cringeworthy, that is just sad. There's bad choices, whatever. But that's not what we watch Star Wars for. You know what I watch Star Wars for? I watch Star Wars for moments like, Obi-Wan never told you what happened to your father. He told me enough. He told me you killed him. No, I am your father. No, that's not true. That's impossible. Search your feelings, Luke. You know it to be true. That's the moment. Right there. That's the moment. Hashtag leave your flu cooties in Seattle, Enoch. I know, man. I'm telling you, buddy. Frame by frame video that lasts 300 years, right? You know what? That's the thing, man. I love Star Wars. I don't even know any other way to put it, man. It's good stuff. Star Wars is great. What's up, soy based Jeremy? I'm scaring the wannabes. If I may, I'll tweet your invite to Jeremy. Go for it. Go for it, man. I actually tweeted him. I don't know his personal thing, whatever, but I hashtagged and I tweeted out to Geeks and Gamers. So yeah, man, I'm willing to have those conversations. I am definitely willing to have those conversations. And maybe if somebody else does it, because like I said, I'm not on Jeremy's radar. Jeremy's got over 200,000 subscribers. He's doing really well for himself. I'm scaring the SJWs. You know, you know what? Here's the thing. I'm just a common sense guy. Okay, I'm not this. I'm not an extremist. I just am a common sense guy. And to me, it's like, okay, how do we deal with this problem? Let's not make a bunch of rhetoric. Let's not just make a bunch of noise. Let's do something positive, right? Let's. I try to look at stuff in a level-headed way. And if I ever did talk to Jeremy, we would have a level-headed conversation because I don't hate Jeremy. I don't have a problem with Jeremy personally. I don't like some of the attitude that he has sometimes because I think he comes across really harsh sometimes, and he doesn't have to, you know. But I've seen him. I've seen now a couple of videos now where he's been positive, you know. Uh, no, it's true. It's true, soy based Jeremy. That's the thing is you know, and I think that's another reason why some of these negative YouTubers are kind of stuck in this mode because every video now seems to want to you know, like outdo the last video, right? And be more negative than the last one because they got to keep this thing going, right? They gotta keep this negativity going because that's where they built their channels on. That's what they've built their fan base on. You know, uh, yeah. You know, I ever heard of Shadiversity? He made frame-by-frame videos for major Star Wars battle scenes. He's a medieval combat enthusiast for decades. Yes, I have. I have seen that. Ruz, I have. That channel is pretty cool, actually. I kind of dig that channel. There's some cool things there for sure. Uh, yeah, but see, soy based Jeremy. Here's the thing. Here's the thing. Somebody in our position, and I don't know you personally, but I'm guessing you don't make movies. Even if you make short films, if you make independent films, whatever, you don't have that kind of responsibility, right? You don't have uh, you don't have the responsibility on your shoulders that these people have. You don't know what position they're in. You don't know the conversations that have gone on. We don't know what it's like to make a movie that costs over $200 million to make, that is out there, that you're trying your best to get something out. You don't know what decisions were made. We assume. There's a lot of assumption right here. And the thing is Kathleen Kennedy is not an idiot. Kathleen Kennedy has made some of the greatest movies ever made. Steven Spielberg himself says that she's one of the greatest producers of all time. That's Steven Spielberg, and Steven Spielberg knows what he's talking about. Steven Spielberg has not made perfect movies every time, but I'll tell you what, Steven Spielberg is consistent. He's been a great director, and he's brought us some of the greatest movies of all time. So Shad might know what he's talking about, but I take Steven Spielberg any day over that. So, you know, over a YouTube user. So you got that. Iger has built a billions of dollars, billions corporation. They're not idiots. You can say whatever. You may not like their choices, and that's fine. But you can't say that they just either don't know what they're doing, um, or that they're incompetent because you may not like the Star Wars movies, the sequels, but the reality is that financially they've been a huge success. So they're not incompetent. They may not be telling the stories that you want to hear or that you appreciate or that you like, and that's your personal opinion, and that is fine, and you are definitely entitled to that, and you can be frustrated with that, and you can voice that and say, you know what? No, I don't like this. I don't like the stories that Kathleen is allowing to be told, or the way that the story writers are doing this. Yes, Kathleen Kennedy was involved in Indiana Jones. That's how she got a part of this, because she produced the Indiana Jones movies along with George Lucas and uh, uh, Steven Spielberg. And you got to remember, George Lucas hand-picked her. Disney didn't predict. Disney did not put her in that position. George Lucas hand-picked her to be the head of Lucasfilm. So here's the thing. We can have our opinions about what she's allowed to happen or what she hasn't allowed to happen, or the people. And because I think that her choices in directors and the way that she's gone about hiring directors and losing directors and going back and forth, I think that that's a serious problem, right? I think that that's an issue. But we can't say that she's incompetent. We can't just put names out there and say things about people like Bob Iger and her and just say, well, these people are stupid. These people don't know what they're doing, or attack them, because they've been very successful. And when you come at somebody like that, you're not going to get their ear. I'm sorry. If you come at me and you're like, Enosh, I hate the Poindexter Lounge videos. You're incompetent. You don't know what you're doing. Your graphics are cheesy and everything's cheesy and you just hate it. And you think I'm going to listen to that? Even if you're coming to me telling me like how I can improve it, right? Or how you think I can do better. And I'm always all ears for that. But I've had a couple people tell me before, oh, like, what are you doing? Your videos are stuck and they don't look good and blah, 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 and, whatever. I don't like that cheesy graphic. I don't like this. I don't like that. That's fine. But if you come at me that way, I'm not going to listen to you. You're coming at me in the wrong way. You're coming at me with a negative attitude, and that's not the way to do it. And the way to get Kathleen Kennedy's ear or Bob Iger's ear on what we as Star Wars fans want is not going to be by insulting them. What do we got here? Then I got to get going. No, you're right, Russ. Kathleen Kennedy has had a lot of trouble in picking directors. Just seeing now. Look at Hello Greedo. He keeps losing subscribers, which I think is sad because Hello Greedo is actually quite reasonable. What do you got against Hello Greedo? I don't understand what people have against Hello Greedo. I don't know. What does Hello Greedo have to do with this? I like Hello Greedo. I think Hello Greedo is one of the best Star Wars channels around because he doesn't have a narrative. He just tells things the way that he sees them. So I don't know. That's the way I see it. But Steve says, plain and simple, if fans don't like what the powers that be are doing with Star Wars nowadays, then by all means, as a fan who remains salty, try and get the funds to create your own vision or fan film. That's a great thing. How is Hello Greedo known is a known hypocrite on what? I've watched Hello Greedo for a few years now. He's pretty much straight up, man. I don't know how he's a hypocrite. He's pretty non-confrontational, for the most part. Every once in a while he gets passionate about something, but he's non-confrontational. He's non-controversial. He's not out there saying a bunch of crazy things. He just tells what he likes and what he doesn't like. I mean, I don't understand that. I'm just telling you, just from my point of view. I personally don't know. I mean, I don't know Hello Greedo, but I like Hello Greedo. He's one of my favorite YouTubers when it comes to that stuff. I'm still subbed to Hello Greedo, so I mean, we can all know who Hello Greedo is. So I don't know that's like I just to say trust you. Hello. You used to be a subscriber to Hello Greedo. I still am. So. Han shot first. That's funny. You never heard of Hello Greedo? Hello Greedo is a good guy. He wears a stormtrooper mask because he doesn't show his face. But Ruz, I would tell you to watch Hello Greedo. I mean, I don't understand. I really don't understand. This is confusing. I was getting ready to sign off, but I am really confused as to why anybody would have hate towards Hello Greedo. Because Hello Greedo doesn't do anything controversial. I have not seen Hello Greedo like do anything. Like he's a good guy. He actually puts out entertaining videos that are just fact based. He doesn't try to challenge anybody. He doesn't tell anybody how they should feel. He just says, "Hey, I like this." He's been on both sides of I don't know if that's where this is going, because like he tells it like, hey, I like this and I don't like this. I don't have to like everything. There's stuff that I like that I don't have to like everything. So yeah, I'm really confused about the Hello Greedo thing. I know some of you guys are saying you haven't seen Hello Greedo, but watch Hello Greedo. He's That's your homework. Watch Hello Greedo, because and if you do, hey, you know what? Leave a comment in one of his videos and tell him that Poindexter Lounge sent you over there, because I'd love to do something with Hello Greedo. I love Hello Greedo. He's one of the first Star Wars uh, YouTubers that I ever started watching way back in the day when I was looking for Star Wars stuff on The Force Awakens, like the whole ramp up to The Force Awakens. So I don't know why anybody would have a problem with Hello Greedo. Maybe just because he didn't jump on the bandwagon of the Fandom Menace and try to cash in on that. Maybe, I don't know. I mean, well, yeah, I could make this channel, that kind of channel, and just sit here and report every day about how much I hate Star Wars, about how I hate the current state of Star Wars, and I don't like it, and Kathleen Kennedy sucks, and everybody sucks. Bob Iger needs to go. Everybody needs to go because of my personal opinion about a Star Wars movie. Or I can be positive, and I can say, hashtag, wait for it, I love Star Wars. Beat you to it. I was ready for somebody to throw it in there. Well, that's true too. Lost knowledge. People, that's the thing is all of a sudden, you'll see a dip in subscribers because YouTube goes on these things where it just takes away a bunch of subscribers, take a handful of subscribers all at once, and you don't know where they went and what happened, and it's not because they unsubscribed, it's because YouTube thinks that they're not real or whatever, because there's stuff that I'm subscribed to that all of a sudden I'll look one day and I'm not subscribed to it anymore, right? So it is what it is. It just is what it is. You stop seeing notifications and stuff like that, and you're just like, hey, what's going on? So all right, guys. Well, hey, I got to get going. But, yeah, no, it makes sense. Makes sense. If you go too fast, they start, taking inventory of that. You know what? I will definitely think about the frame by frame thing. It might take forever. We might have to do it in parts, but and it will probably get copyright. I don't know about that, man. That'd be a copyright nightmare to try to go frame by frame with it. But I will definitely consider it. That'd be a lot of time invested. But you know what? I would definitely consider it, because you know why? Can anybody guess why I would be willing to do something like that? Maybe a hashtag of sorts or something. I'll give you a moment. Da, 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 da. Who will be first? Da, da, da. Da, 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 da. Da, 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 da. Da, 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 da. Da, 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 da. Da, 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 da. Da, 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 boom, boom. Anybody know why I would do something like that? Well, I'll give you a hint. That's right. Hashtag I love Star Wars. Ha ha. There you go. Hey guys, thanks for joining me. It's been fun. I always love this with you guys. I love the discussion. And that's what I think Star Wars needs to heal. The community needs to heal is discussion. Until next time, I'm Enosh, aka Enosh Vet, saying stay nerdy and hashtag I love Star Wars. Bye guys.